So I've already created the account. The account is free, and most likely everybody's going to know how to set up a free account. It's just going to simply say something of, join now or something. So I've already logged in. Let me point out my screen name is rbarton80, and you'll be able to go over to the community thing and look me up. We can become friends on this, so pointing that out off the bat. But here's what the home page is going to look like. You can tell you're on the home page because you're in My Home, and then it points up to Home there. On your home page, it's going to have whatever your goals are set up to be right here in the center. And you can see I've logged nothing today, so I still have 1,800 calories left, and I've eaten absolutely nothing. This is just pointing out some basics here. Along this left-hand side, you have all of your fast links to everything you may want to use throughout it. And in the center portion, you have almost a Facebook wall thing where you can chat and such with others that are within MyFitnessPal community. Now, we're going to focus today largely on these top tabs up here. This is your main navigation area. Your taskbar goes across the top with everything. But let's go through. First thing is to set up your account. Okay, I've already got my account set up. You go ahead and set up your account. Now, I'm not sure if they have right now, as you set up your account, if it automatically has a section where it has you set your goals. But if not, let's show you how to do that, because this is going to be absolutely essential for you as you go through. So we've got My Home, and now we're going to Goals right there. The site's been working a little slow this morning, but we're going to look at this. And this says all the goals that I should have throughout the day. Nutritionally, fitness-wise, I've already set up my goals that way. But let's say you want to start yours right from the bat. So we're going to change our goals. We can put it in to be whatever we want it to be, and we have the choice if we want a guided tour of setting up goals or custom. Go ahead and do the guided. It is much easier, and hey, they recommend it right there. So we'll allow them to guide us through all of this, and it's very simple stuff. You put in your weight, your current weight, you put in your goal weight, your height, just typical profile things, if you're active or not, if you work out or not, how long each day you work out, things of that nature. And then here you go. What is your goal? I have set in here for when I start to go lean to lose 1 pound per week. But you can choose from all sorts of things, of gaining weight to losing weight can be set in right there, and then you update your profile. That's going to change that center section where it said my goal was 1,800 calories in the center there. Now, while we're in the My Home tab, from time to time you can check in, and when you check in, you're going to be able to record what some of your measurements are and what your weight is. Now, people won't be able to see what your weight is, but they will be able to see things in that center section, and only your friends that you've approved be able to see how much you've lost. They don't see if you've gained, but they do see if you've lost. So they'll be able to encourage you and be able to celebrate with you as well. We're not going to talk about the mail thing, but there is the profile where you can just kind of see yourself in there. You can change the photos, you can update them, you can see your progress, just kind of fun stuff along with there. As you see your profile, you can see some of my friends, some others from Extreme Faith and Fitness are in there as well. And that also, when you go to profile, it jumps you over to community also. But with the My Home tab, that's really going to be your essentials. First, you have set up your profile, and then you're going to set up your goals. Okay, you set up your profile when you join, when you get your account, and then you set up your goals as well. And that's all in My Home. Just a little review. My Home, there's goals. You can check in, and there's your profile. So good things right there. Now, we also have the next column, which is going to be food. And this is where many people, as yesterday we said, learn how to count your calories. Learn what that means. And with the food, here's where it's going to be so nice and handy. In Home, we saw what our calorie goals were. If you don't know what your calorie goals are yet, there is over in Tools the thing for it. But check this out. We've got to itemize breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, and then you can add foods to it. So say I'm going to go home and I'm going to have 3 egg whites. So I'm going to add food to my breakfast. Now, everything I've ever put before is already going to be down on this side here, which is really nice for later use. And then you can set how much you're going to have, how many quantities of how big of a serving. Super nice. You also have most used, recents, my foods, my meals, so things that may not be in the database, you can enter them in and kapow, it's going to come right up for you. Really nice. When you find something you like, you just click off what it is you're going to have and hit add checked. But let's today act like egg whites aren't on there. So I'm going to have egg whites. Okay, and then I'm going to search. Alright, check this out. Even all these brands come up that you can just sift through all of these brands. Great things. Now I'm just going to do a generic egg white, and it's going to be fried. So I'm going to have 3 egg whites. 3 egg whites, see that, for breakfast, and then I'm going to add it to my diary. Hey, I've got a diary. Wow, that's cute. Alright, so I've got that down now. I've got breakfast, and it shows up there. And now check out what it's done down below here. 1,800 calories was my start, but I've now consumed 51 calories, so it subtracts it. So for today, I have 1,749 calories left. Cool. Tells you exactly how many more carbs I can eat, how much more fat grams I can eat, how many more protein grams I can eat. And it does that for every single category. This is where it's just beautiful. You don't have to count your calories anymore. You tell it what your goals are, it'll come up with how many calories you should consume, and then it does the math for you. And because it has the app for your smartphones, for your tablets and things, you can have it with you anywhere that you go, and it just takes a couple of minutes to be able to record this all down. That's the gist of the food. You can see that there's a few more tabs here, which are the same things that were, once you hit add food, that went across the top as well. But we have My Home, where you can set up your profile, where you can set up your goals, where you can check in. We have Food, where you can record the food that you've eaten. And now we have Exercise. Now, as exercise loads here, you're going to see that it's broken into 2 categories, cardiovascular and strength. Now, for this spot, we've got to do a little bit of trickery in the minds of MyFitnessPal. Even though I do P90X, I do Insanity, I do P90X2, and I dabble with other programs just to check them out and preview them, strength training, even though many of them are strength training, I cannot record it in strength training, because when you click there, it wants to know how many reps of what weight was done. That is way too hard. So what I've done, hopefully you can see this, this is my watch, alright? This watch also is, it's not just a watch, it is also a heart rate monitor. And there's this little, I can't see it, but there's a little thing there I just set my finger on, and it tells me how many calories I've burned. Or you can do this one, which I'd actually recommend for anybody with a crazy, like Insanity program or P90X program, which is, this is a chest strap, and then you have it automatically syncs with this watch, and in real time tells you what your heart rate is as well. Some people have different thyroid issues, and you may want to be tracking that also, your constant heart rate monitor. Now this kind with the chest strap, that is the superior kind that gives you continual feed, they are going to run you a little bit more, anywhere from $60 to $80, but they're going to be well worth it, and you're going to have it the rest of your life. So it's worth it, to me at least. You can decide that for you if you're able to get it now or down the road. But what you're going to do for all workouts, since they do not have in their database the Beachbody programs, because depending on what size you are, how tall you are, what you weigh, what your physical condition is, the calories that you burn are going to be all over the charts. So you have to go to Add Exercise. All right, I worked out for today. Add Exercise Cardiovascular. No matter what workout it is, it's going to be cardiovascular. Now, the first time that you do your workout, you're going to have to figure out how many calories you've burned. And you'll do that using your heart rate monitor. Most of them will track how many calories you burn. Make sure you get one that does that. You'll see that I've got everything in here through this of what I've done. And then it tells over here how many calories I've burned. And so if I want to add a workout that I've done, I would click on it, and then of course, just as with the food, hit Add Checked. Now, maybe you do not have a way to count how many calories you've burned, but you've just got done doing your workout, and you say, I don't know what to do, but I have to record a workout. Well, let's just put in aerobics and see if it comes up with something generic that can at least get you close. Oh, wow, look at that. General aerobics. Kapow. You hit it there. How long did you do your general aerobics if you're doing a cardio routine or whatever else may be? General aerobics, maybe you did it for 30 minutes this day. So I'm going to have done 30 minutes, and it tells you, oh, I burned 274 calories. So you then add that to your exercise, and now check this out. This is what's really neat as well. It tells you what your goal exercise was and how many you've actually done for all that. And then when you go back to My Home, look at this. It shows you your food calories you've eaten, your exercise, and then it gives you your net. So it's awesome. It keeps constant track of everything, all of your calories in, all of your calories out. Now, I'm going to go back to exercise just to go through things. There is a database you can surf through. You can enter in your own exercises, which you'd be doing if you record your own. Let me show you how to do that. Add exercise. Let's say I'm going to do a body gospel routine today, and it's not in their database, but I'm going to try it. All right, so I'm going to do body gospel, body revival. All right, no matches found. So then I'm going to add an exercise to my database. I'm going to call it body gospel, body revival. Let it catch up with me here. And it's going to be a cardio workout, and it's 35 minutes long. And we'll say that I burned 300 calories doing that. Cool. Now the next time I come back, when I hit add exercise, it's going to have that option. So I can choose the body gospel, body revival. Same thing with the aerobic, the general aerobics. It'll be there for me to check because I've done it before with it. So that's going to be your exercise section. You have reports, which are going to be just exactly what it sounds like. It'll tell you how you're doing in your nutrition, your fitness, your progress. You can look at that on your own time. But here's some more tools. I know Team Beachbody has some really great tools, and some of these are going to be redundant, but you're going to find some fun stuff here. For instance, maybe you have a recipe, and you can type in that recipe, and it'll tell you the nutrition facts of that recipe. The BMR is your basal metabolic rate. That tells you how many calories you should eat just to maintain your body if you did absolutely no exercise. BMI, body mass index, and you can just look through all of them as well. So some neat things. This one here is fun. The heart calculator tells you exactly how many times your heart will beat in a day, how far your blood will travel. All of these neat things as well that you may want to look at. Weight loss tickers, kind of a neat one, but I'll let you look at that on your own. Community is where you can find friends. So look at all those things with it, but your three major ones are going to be My Home, food, and exercise. Let me do a brief review. Back to My Home. Hopefully not going too fast here. If you do have any questions, let me know. Obviously, I'm not a MyFitnessPal representative, so I don't know the site perfectly, but I can help you out what I can because I've used it for a long time, and this is really where I learned how many calories or what I can eat to be within however many calories with it. But here's what we have here. Remember, in My Home, you've got your home area with a lot of shortcuts. Here's where you can go straight to your food stuff, tracking your exercise, weighing in, all of those things right there on your home page. And it's going to tell you exactly where you are. You started with 1,800 calories available. You have your food. I've eaten 51 calories recorded so far today. I've burned 574 calories today, so the net is 523. As we go to the next category was food, where we record our food. You can choose what you'll be doing. Many times, since I make a menu, I already know what I'll be eating that day, and I'll record my entire day all at once. That's the importance of having menus, as we told you yesterday, of one of your 3 nutrition tips for success, was eat off of a menu. So we've got the food category and then just the same, the exercise category, but make sure you're always going to have to record it in cardiovascular and then add exercise. If you have a heart rate monitor, you'll be able to know closer, more accurate how many calories you're going to be burning. But either way, you can find something that'll just be a generic number to get you started and get you going. You can do something as well that's fun. Find where it is, maybe with settings, exercise settings, to where you can link in your Facebook page. Now, let's see what we're doing here. No, that's not it. Surf around with it. Somewhere on here, you can get to where you're, every time you log your nutrition, your exercise, it'll post it to your Facebook page as well, which builds accountability and lets other people know that you're on a healthy lifestyle journey. So that's important as well. That is the ins and outs, though, the gist of MyFitnessPal. Check this out. It's absolutely free, and it's going to help you with that #1 tip from yesterday of tracking your calories. Very, very important, and it walks you through step by step. But if you have any questions, as usual, continue to ask them. Been getting some absolutely fantastic questions as people are getting excited about their challenge groups, and we all just need a little direction at the beginning because it's going to be a new way of life for us. But this has been Randy Barton for Extreme Faith and Fitness. Looking forward to the challenge group to be together with very, very soon. We'll see you next time. See you tomorrow for our next preparation tip.